Everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week I am planning with this Letters to Apollo kit waves, and I've got these hollow borders. Also got 2 deco sheets, and the actual kit is in hollow foil. It's definitely beachy. It's another summer kit, and it is in kind of pastel blue, pastel pink. There's also yellow, orange. It's kind of a pastel rainbow, actually, now that I think about it. Here's the boxes with the colorways and the washi, which is holographic shells. So pretty for summer. I cannot wait to play with this kit, so let's get into it. I thought I would do for this video a summer would you rather. And so the reason I'm doing this is because my team at work I'm getting ready to plan an offsite, and I'm looking for kind of fun things to do. And so I was looking for, kind of an icebreaker set of questions and some really kind of funny / fun would you rathers came up. And so I thought I would just, answer a few of these for this video because I was looking at them and I was like, I really don't know. So the first one, and I'm looking through a list of 100 and I picked out a few that I thought were really good. Would you rather be bitten by 10 mosquitoes or 5 bees? So truly do not know how this is a question because it really seems obvious that it would be much worse to be bitten by a bee than a mosquito. I don't know anyone who's been bitten by both of those and is like, I would totally take a bee over a mosquito. Bee stings really hurt. And I know some people have really bad allergic reactions to bees, both bees and mosquito bites, quite frankly. And still, at least with mosquitoes, you don't get that initial ouchie, it just hurts later. And of course, if you're allergic, you really need to get your anti-allergy medication. But the first time I got stung by a bee, I was just it hurt so much. I was like, this really sucks. And my mom had to help me squeeze the stinger out, which really hurt. And so, yeah, mosquito bites for me, I'm thankful in that I'm not someone who's super allergic, but they just itch. And it's annoying, but it's not painful. So 10 mosquitoes for sure. That seems like a no-brainer. Would you rather spend summer with your family in an RV or in a fancy hotel? This is another one that's a little bit is this not a no-brainer? No shade on RVs. And I haven't spent a ton of time in one. I think I have ridden in one when I was going with a friend and her family to an amusement park, and they had an RV. But I can't say I've slept overnight in one ever. They don't seem like particularly luxurious places, even the really nice ones. And certainly with my family, who I don't live with because I'm a grown woman and I live on my own, I don't want to have to get that reacquainted with them in the close quarters of an RV. I would much rather have a fancy hotel where we all have our own separate rooms, or at least, multiple bathrooms. Because as far as I understand on RVs, there's really only one bathroom. Maybe someone correct me if they know of RVs that have more than one bathroom, but it's I don't want to share a bathroom with my whole family. That does not seem fun at all. Certainly seems less fun than staying the summer in a fancy hotel. Sweet Life of Zach and Cody is coming up for me, and I'm probably dating myself since those guys, the actors who were in that show, are definitely all grown up now. But that show made it seem really fun and cool to live in a hotel, even if it's for just the summer. I mean, they lived in a hotel, they lived there, but for the summer, it seems like it would be fun. So this is another no-brainer where it's for sure I would rather live in a hotel than in an RV, especially with my family. Love them, but no thank you. Would you rather get really bad sunburn or get stung by a jellyfish? This one I initially also thought was a no-brainer, but when I thought about it more, I was like, you really don't have enough context for this. So, as you all have guessed, I am a darker skinned woman, And I don't have a ton of experience with getting sunburned. I have gotten sunburned once. I was in Myrtle Beach. And if you all are familiar with South Carolina, you know it gets hot there. Very hot, especially Myrtle Beach. And I'm thinking, truthfully, this was not the correct way of thinking, and I have since amended my ways and do now wear sunscreen very conscientiously. But at the time I was like, I'm black, I don't need sunscreen. It's fine, you know? And my boyfriend at the time, who was white, was like, are you sure you don't want to put any on? I was like, no, it's fine. He told me this South Carolina sun is really intense. He and his family were so worried about it that they would pre-tan. This is something that was totally, again, foreign to me as a darker skinned person. But to avoid getting burned, the week before, they would go to the tanning bed like 2 or 3 times and get tan to have like a built-up tan so that they wouldn't burn. This, in retrospect, seems really like bad because it's like, let's do some damage to our skin ahead of the damage that's going to get done on the beach so we can have like multiple layers of damage. I don't know. That was their thinking. Anyway, we went to the beach on Myrtle Beach, and I was outside laying on the beach for multiple days. And I think it was like the 3rd day. Then I came back and my chest started itching and stinging. And I was like, maybe I, like got some sand on it or something. And after showering, it was still stinging and itching. And so a little while later, it started to get really flaky. And I was like, I wonder what's going on. I thought I had a rash. My boyfriend was like, I think you have a sunburn. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is this what a sunburn is? So it hurt, but I kind of think it was mild compared to, like, I've seen, my friends and even, my boyfriend now get a sunburn, and it does seem really painful. I've never been stung by a jellyfish either. So I've heard that also stings. And some people have to go to the hospital. It's so bad. Like they have to get, the anti-venom or whatever. So I don't have context to really answer this. To me, I would say that I probably think a sunburn would be better because I feel like you could treat it with over-the-counter like cooling products. I've seen people put like aloe and stuff on it. I don't know what you do for a jellyfish. I know the common wisdom ever since that Friends episode is to pee on it, but I heard that's actually not what you're supposed to do. Anyway, sunburn for that one, but wow. Would you rather always have to wear a snorkel on your face or flippers on your feet? This one is like tricky. I picked this one out because I thought I had an answer ready for it, and now here I am with no answer. So snorkel on your face, I feel like everything looks really weird and blurry, and that would get annoying. I also wear glasses, so I'm trying to picture how a snorkel would go over my glasses, or would I have to wear contacts all the time, and that does not seem fun. Also, with the snorkel, do I have to put the little mouthpiece in my mouth the whole time? Or is it just like the eye piece? Because if I have to put the mouthpiece in my mouth, then it's definitely going to be hard to talk, and that is going to get old really fast. The flippers on your feet thing, you have to take these big, awkward strides. So it just takes so much longer to get everywhere. And that is an issue for me because I live on the 7th floor of my apartment. And occasionally I really have to use the bathroom. So I'm waiting for the elevator and I'm like, come on now. I'm going up. And then I have to like do a 50-yard dash to my apartment because I'm like, I really gotta go. This would be a nightmare in flippers. I might not make it. So these are both terrible. I'm gonna have to say the flippers because I think if I have to have the snorkel bit in my mouth, that would be really annoying. I would get sick of that very easily, and I'm just not with that. So yeah, definitely flippers. Would you rather walk barefoot on grass or walk barefoot in the sand? I gotta say that I would rather walk barefoot on grass. There's something nice about like cool grass between your toes. Jury's out for me on whether I like it in the morning when it's like wet. Because I also think that is a particular type of feeling that can sometimes be nice. But I think like, I think bare feet on grass is nice. Bare feet on sand is just okay. Sometimes sand is way too hot. And I usually, even if I'm on the beach, I'm kind of also keeping an eye out for like really sharp shells or something like that. So, and I already said, I'm sure in another video, I'm not really a beach person. So this would you rather is really not fair this summer, like, because I definitely am gonna always pick the non-beach ones, but barefoot on grass for sure. Would you rather eat only hamburgers all summer or only watermelon all summer? This is another difficult one because I like them both, but hands down, hamburgers. Why? I love me a hamburger. Although, when I think hamburger, I kind of think cheeseburger. I'm not thinking very strictly a hamburger. I'm thinking just a plain old burger. Now, I love In-N-Out. That is one of my favorite places to go for food. To me, it feels like Disneyland almost, because it's just so much, like, the food is delicious. It's in this brightly colored packaging. You know, I get to hang out with my boyfriend and have a car date. So it's like a treat for me. And when I think hamburgers, I think In-N-Out cheeseburgers. I tend to get my cheeseburgers pretty plain, so they're basically almost a hamburger. When I say plain, I mean like cheese, lettuce, ketchup. Just keeping it strictly with the basics. And I could eat that all summer if that was the choice that's in front of me. So for sure, I would say hamburgers all summer rather than watermelon, which is delicious. I do love watermelon. Would you rather go whitewater rafting or zip lining? I have actually done both of these, and I gotta say I would rather go whitewater rafting. Zip lining, I feel like the amount of fear that builds up beforehand, like, it kind of taints the experience for me. Like, it's fun when you're on it, when you finally get on the zip line and you're like going down the thing. But for me, like standing in line or climbing up and waiting to get like hooked up to the line to go down it, I was just really nervous. I have kind of a fear of heights, which I was trying to address pre-pandemic. I used to rock climb, and that really helped me like address my fear of heights. I mean, after falling from something like 40, 50 feet in the air, you definitely, you know, appreciate like, it's kind of exposure therapy for a fear of heights. But with zip lining, not only are you up high, you're also moving, and you're usually going down to a lower point, or at least across. The zip lines that I've done always like start up high and then go down. So that made me scared. On the other hand, whitewater rafting, while fun, I am not a strong swimmer. I'm fulfilling the stereotype, I know. But I have, you know, having life jackets, you still kind of feel like at any moment you could tip out. And I haven't been whitewater rafting anywhere that was like deep enough that it was dangerous, but like it's definitely, you know, when you're in the raft and it's going all over the place, it can be really nerve-wracking. So both of these are pretty scary experiences for me. I would say that I wouldn't pick to do this. I would rather go in a gentle canoe or kayak on a very calm river. Although that expression, still waters run deep, it's like if it's very still, then it might be really deep. Whitewater rafting, because it feels less scary up front. It gets scary as it goes on, but you know. Let's see. Would you rather work at the farmer's market or a lemonade stand? Interesting dichotomy here, because I kind of feel like I see lemonade stands at the farmer's market. Like, those two things aren't always separate. What am I doing at the farmer's market? Like, what am I selling? Because at farmer's markets, there's fruit, people make their own sauces, other kind of handcrafted goods. I see people sometimes selling art there. If there was a market for like planner art, oh, for sure. That's what I'd be selling at the farmer's market. Just because I feel like paper craft is my thing. I'm pretty crafty, you know, in that realm. Lemonade, you know, just feels really plain. It's like it's been done, you know? like, you've all had lemonade. Also, do people want, like, handmade, fresh squeezed, like, I, put my lemons over a juicer and, like, did the proper, thing? Or is it okay if I put some, like, Simply lemonade mixed with some of that? My mother used to have these packets of lemonade stuff. I want to say it's like Country Time lemonade. Yeah. So mix some Country Time in with some Simply lemonade and sell that. Like, is that bad? Because that seems really easy and simple. So I'm going way off track, but I would definitely, I think, want to be at the farmer's market. I would definitely want to sell some art. It would be cool if that art was also planner related, but Anyway, we've come to the end of this spread. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble on about my would you rathers. Would love to hear your answers too. I'll post my questions in the description and hope you all have a great week. Bye.